Have you ever noticed how the most confident people in the room aren't the loudest, but they're always the clearest? There's a big difference between simply being loud and actually being heard. When it comes to dating, attracting the right partner isn't about tricks, lines, or playing games. It's about something far more powerful: authentic confidence. Today, we're diving into a simple yet profound communication technique that could transform your dating life. This isn't some complex or mystical strategy. In fact, it's so straightforward, you might even be skeptical at first. But trust me, the science behind this technique is incredibly powerful and proven to work. If you've ever wondered how you can make an unforgettable first impression on women, or how to confidently approach the dating game, this video is for you. Stick with me as I reveal two simple words that, when used correctly, can change the way women see you. Part 2. Why most men struggle to spark attraction. Now, before I dive into these two magic words, let's talk about the common mistakes many men make when trying to spark attraction. One of the biggest problems is being overly accommodating, indecisive, or always deferring to the woman. It's understandable, right? You want to be polite, respectful, and easygoing. But here's the thing: too much flexibility can actually hurt. How many times have you heard or even said things like, "We can do whatever you want," or "I don't know, you decide"? While this might seem like an easy way to avoid conflict or keep the peace, it actually signals that you lack confidence and direction. And here's the harsh truth: women are naturally attracted to men who know what they want. They don't want someone who just goes along with whatever they suggest. When you constantly defer to a woman or seem unsure about making decisions, you're sending a message that you lack leadership, clarity, and self-assurance. So what's the solution? How do you stand out and attract women in a way that feels natural, not forced? Part 3. The secret. I want. The answer is simpler than you might think. 2 words. I want. Yes, these 2 little words can completely change how women perceive you. It might sound too good to be true, but trust me, when used the right way, they work like magic. These words are powerful, not because they are a trick, but because they exude confidence, decisiveness, and leadership. Now, let me break it down. It shows confidence. When you say "I want," it's not just what you say, it's how you say it. You're showing that you know exactly what you want, and you're not afraid to ask for it. That level of confidence is magnetic. It eliminates uncertainty. Women aren't drawn to men who are unsure of themselves. "I want" removes that doubt, signaling that you're clear about your intentions. It positions you as a leader. Leadership is an incredibly attractive trait. When you confidently state your desires with clarity, you're subtly positioning yourself as someone who takes charge, not as a follower. It makes your intentions clear. No more beating around the bush or playing games. When you say "I want," you're telling the other person exactly what you're thinking and feeling. This helps avoid any confusion or misunderstanding. Part 4. How to use "I want" in real life. Now, the key to making these 2 words work is understanding when and how to use them in real-life situations. Let's break down some specific examples where the "I want" technique can make you more attractive to women. When asking a woman out. Imagine you're planning to ask a woman out. Most men, whether consciously or not, tend to approach this situation in a way that sounds hesitant or unsure. Maybe you've said something like, "Hey, if you want, we could maybe grab a drink sometime." This sounds like you're asking for permission rather than taking the lead. Now here's how you can use the "I want" technique. "I want to take you out for dinner this Friday." Simple, direct, clear, and it shows confidence. You're not seeking approval, and you're not indecisive. You know what you want, and you're leading the interaction. when starting a conversation. Many men hesitate when approaching women, fearing rejection. This fear often causes them to sound hesitant or uncertain. A typical weak opener might sound like, "Hey, I was wondering if maybe we could talk." Now compare that to a confident approach using the "I want" technique. "I want to get to know you better. Let's talk." This is direct, confident, and leaves no room for doubt. It signals that you're sure of yourself, which is inherently attractive. Part 5. Building stronger connections with "I want." Once you're in a relationship, the "I want" technique doesn't stop. In fact, it becomes even more important. In the early stages of dating, everything is about building attraction, but once you're in a relationship, it's about maintaining and deepening that connection. Many men fall into the trap of letting their partner make all the decisions, thinking it's considerate or accommodating. But over time, this can create a passive dynamic. Saying things like, "Whatever you want is fine," can actually make you seem indifferent or lacking presence. Instead, try, "I want to spend more time with you this weekend. Let's plan something fun together." This communicates that you're actively engaged in the relationship and that you value your time together. You're not just letting things happen, you're taking initiative and leading the relationship forward. Part 6. Confidence versus arrogance. The fine line. Now, before you start using this technique, let's clarify something important. Confidence is not the same as arrogance. Saying "I want" shouldn't sound like a demand or a command. It's about expressing your intentions clearly while remaining respectful of the other person's desires. For example, let's say you suggest, "I want us to go out for dinner tomorrow," and she replies, "I can't tomorrow. I have plans." The confident response isn't to push further or ignore her plans. Instead, say something like, "No problem, how about Saturday instead?" This keeps the conversation respectful, but you're still being assertive without being pushy. Part 7. The challenge. Try this for 1 week. All right, now it's time to put this into practice. Here's a challenge for you. For the next 7 days, I want you to use the phrase "I want" at least 5 times a day. Whether it's at work, in casual conversations, or when talking to women, start using this technique and see the difference it makes. And here's the best part. You don't even have to limit this to dating. Use it in all areas of your life. Instead of saying, "I guess I'll go to the gym," say, "I want to hit the gym today." Instead of saying, "Maybe I'll check out that new restaurant," say, "I want to try that new place for dinner." Part 8. Conclusion. The power of authentic confidence. When you start saying "I want" with true confidence, you'll notice an immediate shift in how people respond to you. You'll no longer just be someone who follows along. You'll be someone who leads, someone who knows what they want, and that's incredibly attractive. So, start using these 2 magic words today and watch how your interactions, both with women and in other aspects of life, transform. Remember, confidence is key, and with Stoicism as your guide, you can continue to lead with purpose, clarity, and authenticity. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload.